Did he just say that? Let me rewind. Because I didn't hear it. It was stated that she searched it, like searched the restaurant.
In the rows between. So again, we see Safari open at 17:13:16. Safari was closed at 17:14:47. Messaging was opened at 17:14:47. While messages were open, there was an outgoing message sent for PDLX. Then messaging was closed. Messaging was opened again, and messaging was closed prior to the device locking. So everything in the coloured columns tries to show all of the events that happened at the same time or during that parent event.
For those, somebody just asked about sending her letters. Right now, all communications have been blocked due to the trial. But I'm working on something to get us a place where we can collect letters and publish them with the hopes of her receiving it. I've got to iron out some stuff and figure it out, but I will get back to you. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'll go back a little bit further. I don't see anything about the maps, though.
Yes.
And in that page, can you explain what we're seeing here?
Yes, so the very first column is the timestamp. The next few columns, which show typically coloured, is related to the activity, which will become a little bit clearer in a moment. The row or the column in the centre explains what the record is. So if, for example, we look at the 17:13:16 record, we can see a U, which means the device was unlocked in pink. That unlock event lasted until 17:15:12. So hence that entire column is in pink and shows the relevant lock event.
So here we have 513 device unlock.
Yes.
515 device lock, and there's this column connecting them, correct?
Correct. And then any activity that happened during that unlock time is then shown within the rows between. So again, we see Safari open at 17:13:16. Safari was closed at 17:14:47. Messaging was opened at 17:14:47. While messages were open, there was an outgoing message sent for PDLX. Then messaging was closed. Messaging was opened again, and messaging was closed prior to the device locking. So everything in the coloured columns tries to show.
I'm not going back right now. I'll go back again later.
The events that happened at the same time or during that parent event.
And what we have here at 5:33 p.m., we have the flight climb started, is that correct?
Correct.
And flight climb ended at 5:38, so
Yes.
that line again connecting them?
Correct. So 2 flight climbs occurred during that time period.
And in between when the flight climb started and the flight climb ended, you have the 2 calls, the incoming call that was missed from Patrick and then the outgoing call to Patrick, correct?
Correct.
So the first flight climbed had already been started. Someone had already started climbing up a flight of stairs.
Thank you for the $20 Cash App. I appreciate you.
So flight climb started.
Flight climb is elevation, so likely going upstairs.
Is how it's listed within the database and within the software. But it actually, the flight climb time is when the flight climb has been recognized by the device as the device has already climbed up those stairs. So even though it says flight climb started, that's technically the time that the flight climb, or the first flight climb had ended.
So where it says 5:33:34 flight climb started, that actually indicates the person has gone up that first flight of stairs already.
Yes, that indicates the phone has now realized I'm 3 meters higher than I was the last time I checked. Therefore, a flight climb has already been completed at that point.
And then the calls happen, and then the phone realizes at 5:38 that another flight has been climbed.
Correct.
From the phone. This is from the phone.
I would move to submit the report as the next exhibit.
No objection.
All right, that report may be admitted.
Is it 266?
I have nothing further.
All right.
All right, Red. Come on, Red.
All right, so members of the jury, remember I said it might be a little stop and start here today. This is one of those stops. All right, so we're going to take a short break, and then we'll come right back and we'll return for the cross-examination of this witness. Okay?
All rise, please, Your Excellency.
Okay. Ooh, she looks concerned. Her dad's laughing about something. Those are her parents on this side, and their priest right here. I don't know who these people are.
Kendra might be coming here on Thursday. Kendra's not correct.
Why?
She's doing that.
Oh, staying after.
Jurors have exited the quorum. This court's in session.
All right, so the court will be in a short recess
I was trying to hear that hot mic.
at this time. Thanks.
Court, all rise.
Kendra might be coming here on Thursday. Kendra's not correct.
Why?
She's doing that.
Oh, staying after.
Jurors have exited the quorum.
Something about Thursday.
All
Somebody
right, so
won't
the
be
court will
coming in on
short
Thursday.
recess at this time. Thanks.
Court, all rise.
All right. I'll fast forward it. I don't know. The judge announced that there will be tons of breaks today. Me too, River. I'm confused. I'm pretty sure that when Red takes the cross, we'll get some clarity. Reddington has had 3 years to prepare. This is day 14, Jay. What's up, Alyssa? Let's see. Oh, it's frozen. Red is the defense attorney. Reddington. It's frozen. Give me a second. Give it a second. This guy's just testifying to the data. He didn't? I don't know why it's frozen. Give me a second. Let me refresh.
yes.
But you can't from what he showed you, correct?
From the printout.
This is day 14. Did I see Joy? Hey, Joy. Happy Monday.
Oh, that's...
Welcome in, everybody. Please repost and share to your stories. And if you're a lurker, just say something so the algorithm knows you're not a bot, and then go back to it, okay? I'm glad y'all are here. Take breaks as needed. Check in with yourselves. Hey, Owen. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Something. That's what I said.
All rise, please. Yours entering.
W all my lurkers. I'm painting my nails while we're watching this today. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hydration check for everybody.
Court is back in session. You may be seated.
For the purpose of the record, you return back to the call. Commonwealth versus Lindsay, Clancy. All parties present, including the 18
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Reddington?
Thank you, Your Honor. Morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we do know the gender breakdown. There's 18 jurors, 12 of which are women.
Mr. Whiffen, just a couple of things. One of the takeaways or question that I had is that you were talking about, in reference to the Apple Health data, it's fair to say that there's an issue as to the accuracy or reliability of the Apple Health data. You've actually done research on that.
I've done research on it, yes.
Okay, and one of the things that you did is back about a year ago, June 28th of 2025, you did a blog article on Apple Health accuracy and reliability, and it talked about using a pitch, which I think is, you guys refer to like a football field?
It was a rugby field, but yes.
And then you had somebody put the watch in their right pocket, somebody with the left pocket, and then someone else held it in their hand, you measured it, and things of that nature, right?
Correct, it was 3 phones.
Some of the things were off a little bit, but basically you put that in your report and you were able to draw your conclusion as to the accuracy and reliability, as you say, of the Apple Health data, right?
Correct.
Now,
There are
if
6
someone
backup
is
jurors.
wearing an Apple Watch, is that what records heart rate?
As the heart rate is on the watch, yes.
It is on.
We don't know which ones are backups, but there are 6 backups. Or alternates. We don't know which ones are going to be the ones deliberating.
Yes.
Okay. And the steps that the person takes, things of that nature, the movement, is that on the phone or would that be on the watch?
That's on both the watch and the phone.
Okay. Now, if you have an Apple Watch and you test it or you examine it, would you be able to determine what information was actually recorded by the watch while the person was wearing it?
Yes, the information that's recorded within the Apple Health database does specify whether the information comes from the watch, the phone.
Yeah, typically they don't know until the day of, until the time. I'm not really sure how that process gets decided, but as far as I'm aware, the jurors don't know either. They're all in the courtroom.
Or from a different device.
Okay. And in this case, if I understand correctly, the Apple Watch stopped recording data at, is it 5:23?
It was around that time.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to give you your report. Feel free to just refresh
Yeah,
your memory or
let's
look
be
at it or
specific
whatever.
here. We're talking about
you.
3 murders right now. Let's not about that time right now.
I
We
just want to
can't
get the
afford
times
that.
down. I think you indicated that the watch stopped recording information at 5:23 p.m.
Yes, the last heart rate was 5:23:52.
52, okay. 5:23 and 52 seconds. And then I believe the phone and watch stopped recording at 5:38, was it?
The last usage of the, let me double check this. I believe the last usage of the phone to record flight climb data was at 5:38, yes.
All right, and after 5:38, it's pretty much blackout. There's no further information or
5:38.
recording, right?
Yes, not until like the phone was seized by police, I believe.
By the
but
police.
There's other activity, but appeared to be after the incident.
So the further activity would have been the following morning on the 25th of January, say around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning?
I ended my analysis on the 24th.
Okay. Well, so 5:23 p.m., the watch stops recording information. 5:38 p.m., both the watch and the phone stopped recording any information until the police picked up the phone apparently the following day, right?
Again, there would have been activity later on, but it wasn't usage, it wasn't health data. It would have been things like incoming calls.
Okay, so when you went through the stair climbing and talked about the steps that were taken, the distance that was taken.
I just heard that the prosecution has officially arrested. For those of you that are watching live, we're a little bit behind. We're like an hour-ish behind, maybe a little bit more. The prosecution rested. So Reddington's going to take over. Welcome in, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Happy Monday. If you're new here, my name is Miss Andry. You can call me Amber or Miss Daddy. Please repost the live, engage in the comments, share this to your story, try to protect the live. I'm glad that y'all are here. Make sure you check in with yourselves and make sure that you try to operate from a place of curiosity in the comments, okay? Because we're not all on the same page, and that's okay. My purpose for sharing this and doing this with y'all is, one, I don't want to do this alone. And two, I want us all to get better at sitting through the uncomfortable conversations. I want us to be able to identify and talk about how we're feeling, and also acknowledge what's based off of our emotions and what's based off of the evidence being presented. I know that a lot of people want me to run my lives a certain way. It's just not going to happen. I am here to center and prioritize women, and that includes women who disagree with each other. So we're gonna get through this together. We're gonna practice this. I've never gone through a trial like this. I've never been impacted to this extent based on a trial, and this is something that a lot of people are paying attention to for the first time. And there's a lot of people here that have been following true crime for a while. Okay. But ultimately, I want us to get better at having compassion for each other as women so that we can better understand each other. Because if we don't get together, if we don't connect, we are going to continue to suffer and die. Women are dying. Okay? This is huge. This case is huge. All right, hydration check, y'all.
That stopped at 5:38 p.m., right?
Correct.
Now, you don't know, when I say you, I mean there's a witness, but also the police. Whoever was wearing the watch, for example, if Lindsay's wearing the watch or carrying the phone, after 5:38, you don't know what was happening at 5:39.
Correct.
You don't know what was happening at 5:40, 5:45, right?
Correct.
Right up till 5:58, 6 o'clock p.m., right?
Purely the data on the device.
So it could have been, the phone could have been put down, the watch could have been put down, battery died, whatever those issues could be, and the person would still be going down the stairs, going up the stairs, going in the backyard, doing push-ups, whatever.
Correct.
You just don't know, right?
Yes.
Okay. One of the things, you're familiar with the concept of location data, right?
Correct.
And location data, one of the things you looked at or you're aware of would be from Lindsay's phone on August 23rd of 2022. Is that correct?
Apologies, August 23rd, 2022?
Yeah.
I didn't go back
Okay.
anywhere near that date.
You have tested and written blogs, though, on location information, right?
Correct.
You actually testified in the case of Commonwealth versus Victor Arrington in Suffolk Superior Court in Boston in support of the accuracy of this particular artifact or information, right?
Correct.
So you're a true believer that the phone does in fact record accurately significant locations on the iPhone, right?
It certainly can, yes.
All right. And are you aware, or if I was to approach you in your expertise,
Reasonable doubt, anyone? What the fuck are you talking about?
it's just a doctrine. That's all.
Y'all didn't catch it? Listen to the way he spoke.
Okay.
Anywhere near that date.
You have tested and written blogs, though, on location information, right?
Correct.
You actually testified in the case of Commonwealth versus Victor Arrington in Suffolk Superior Court in Boston in support of the accuracy of this particular artifact or information, right?
Correct.
So you're a true believer that the phone does in fact record accurately significant locations on the iPhone, right?
It certainly can, yes.
All right. And are you aware, or if I was to approach you in your expertise, it's just a doctrine. That's all. You were talking earlier about latitude, longitude, things of that nature, right?
Yes.
Okay. So just to, you're familiar with, for example, significant location visits on Lindsay's phone August 23rd, 2022 at 9:34. Do you know what that says or what that means?
The created time
Yeah.
of 9:34. That'd be when the device decided that the device had visited this location enough to consider it a visit.
Okay. Do you know what that location is? If I suggest to you it's a doctor's office, would you be aware of that?
I don't recognize it from the coordinates.
Okay. Thank you.
Please stop picking in your mouth. Oh shit, I'm gonna go grab some food and chew with my mouth open if you don't stop telling me what to do.
This here you're familiar with too as well, right? The geodata with the latitude and the longitude?
Yes.
And you're familiar with the fact that you can take the metadata off of the information on the cell phone, one of which would be latitude and longitude. You'd be able to determine, for example, that this would be the Lindsay Clancy home, correct?
Yes, correct.
You've seen this before, right?
It rings a bell, yes.
Okay. I'd offer this, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections.
Okay, that may be admitted.
Thank you.
Exhibit 267.
All right, thank you.
Now, you have your report in front of you, right?
Yes.
And that's captioned Digital Forensic Report, and it's in evidence, so the jurors are going to be able to review it in its entirety, right?
Yes.
If I could
I don't really
direct your
understand
attention,
what's happened.
and it's
I don't
captioned
understand
Digital.
this part of the testimony. Let me go back.
Geodata with the latitude and the longitude.
Yes.
And you're familiar with the fact that you can take the metadata off of the information on the cell phone, one of which would be latitude and longitude. You'd be able to determine, for example, that this would be the Lindsay Clancy home, correct?
Yes, correct.
You've seen this before, right?
It rings a bell, yes.
Okay. I'd offer this, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections.
Okay, that may be admitted.
Thank you.
Exhibit 267.
All right, thank you.
Now,
I see you, Jennifer.
you have your report in front of you, right?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna keep playing until the prosecution rests, and then I'll open up the panel and we'll pick up the rest of the trial after that. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure this is all about sowing reasonable doubt, right? Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing my nails right now. I just haven't done this thumb yet. That lady is holding a microphone up to her mouth. She's the court reporter. She's the one, instead of typing, it's called a stenographer. She's recording and talking into it what everybody's saying. She's the one taking the meeting notes. Right now, Lindsay Clancy's attorney is cross-examining the witness who is contracted for the state to help break down what the data means. So they collected data from her iPhone and her Apple Watch. The Apple Watch, we learned today, I'm fast forwarding through the breaks. The Apple Watch, hey Chandler, stopped recording at 5:23 and 54 seconds PM with a heart rate of 57 beats per minute. And then he goes in to talk about the data from the Apple iPhone. That still continued to collect data. I'm pretty sure Reddington is now trying to prove to the jury that the data is unreliable. Per this witness's testimony, I think it's questionable. He literally just asked him to confirm that it's reliable, and he didn't. He didn't. That's fascinating. But yeah, I think the 57 beats per minute is interesting. However, people in the chat have been telling me that, and nurses, you think it's the opposite, Joy? Interesting. Interesting. I'm not lying. We can go back. We can go back right here. Listen, I don't think what he said was really confident. Tell me what you think. But anyway, the chat was telling me that that's actually normal for runners. But you could be right, Joy. You could be right. I'll go back just a little bit, and y'all can let me know if you think that this witness believes that this data is reliable.
For example, significant location visits on Lindsay's phone, August 23rd, 2022 at 9:34. Do you know what that says, or what that means?
The created time?
Yeah.
Of 9:34. That'd be when the device decided that the device had visited this location enough to consider it a visit.
Okay. Do you know what that location is? If I suggest to you it's a doctor's office, would you be aware of that?
I don't recognize it from the coordinates.
Okay. Thank you. This here you're familiar with too as well, right? The geo data with the latitude and the longitude?
Yes.
And you're familiar with the fact that you can take the metadata off of the information on the cell phone, one of which would be latitude and longitude. You'd be able to determine, for example, that this would be the Lindsay Clancy home, correct?
Yes, correct.
You've seen this before, right?
It rings a bell, yes.
Okay. I'd offer this, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, that may be admitted.
Thank you.
Exhibit 267.
All right,
Thank you, Owen. Hey,
Now-
Debbie. Thank you, Anastasia.
You have your report in front of you, right?
Yes.
And that's captioned Digital Forensic Report, and it's in evidence, so the jurors are going to be able to review it in its entirety, right?
Yes.
If I could direct your attention to page 11, I believe. Yeah, page 11.
This is the defense.
Okay.
Yes.
And just so the jurors are able to acclimate themselves to it, that would be this item here that you went through with the district attorney, right?
Hey, Athena.
As far as the searches, Google searches?
I have a different page 11.
Different page?
That looks like this page 12.
Oh, okay. Well, let me approach you with what is your digital forensic report number 1?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is this the same?
So this is a revision.
A revision?
Do y'all really think Lindsay could have had a heart rate of 57 beats per minute if she had just got done strangling her 3 children to death? Even if that was a normal baseline for her, could she have possibly had at 5:23 and 54 seconds p.m. had a heart rate of 57 beats per minute right after she allegedly took each one of her children downstairs one by one and strangled them to death? Now I think I might be understanding what Joy's saying. I think I might be understanding where Joy's coming from now. See, I'm getting there, Joy. Thank you. See, this is another reason why I'm doing this with y'all. I'm not an expert in anything but me. I'm an expert in me. Okay? I've never sat here and dissected a case like this before, and I know a lot of us are in that same boat. And I think what I really appreciate, especially about y'all in the chat, is that y'all recognize my humanity. And I'm trying to be an example of that. Okay? I'm human. I'm not perfect. And I have questions and I don't understand things sometimes, and I get confused and I get elevated and sometimes I misspeak. So I think that that's a big takeaway from this, is that we're human. And this is a lot of information to dissect and comprehend together. So thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for caring about this. Thank you for calling me rude. That's the best compliment I've gotten all day. Buckle up. It gets worse, I promise. Don't forget to hydrate. I appreciate y'all being here. If you're a lurker, please say something in the chat so that the algorithm knows you're not a bot. And yeah, check in with yourselves, okay? And for all the men out there, you better be fucking flaccid.
The revision submitted in February that just had a different record highlighted.
Yeah, okay, so basically there's no big deal difference, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we can go by, you have the revised and I have the old. Can you look at January 10th on the Google search, for example?
I can.
You have it?
Yes, sir.
So looking at January 10th of 2023, just read along with me, and the jurors again would be able to look at this in the jury room. Prescription information at, it says 14:55. What does that mean? 12:14 in the morning?
14 a.m., yes.
All right. And then 19:11, which would be at 7:11 in the morning?
7:11 p.m.
Oh, PM, okay. Trazodone and Benadryl goes on about an hour later. Trazodone headache, Google search, goes on. Trazodone and ibuprofen goes on. Trazodone and Tylenol goes on to 2032, which would be 8:32 p.m. Trazodone and Tylenol interactions, right?
Correct.
Fair to say that these are things that Lindsay Googled on her cell phone. That's what this document refers to, right?
Somebody used this cell phone to Google it, yes.
Oh, you don't know who was actually using it, but this is Lindsay's cell phone.
Yes.
You're aware of that. If we jump ahead, looking at all of these various Google searches, follow with me on, let's say, randomly, let's say, page 13, 1948, which would be 17:48 p.m., I guess.
Hey, Becca.
You with me on that?
We just started. There's not a lot to
Yes,
recap.
1948?
Yeah.
Yes.
How quickly does Wellbutrin work for depression? That's what was Googled, right?
Correct.
Followed by Lamictal for depression, Elavil for depression, how to tell if you're sleep deprived, ketamine for suicidal ideation, right?
Correct.
These are all searches that were done on Lindsay's cell phone on that particular date.
for the live goal,
chronologically would have been the
Dark Side.
12th of January, right?
Correct.
Now, without boring everybody, it goes on and on and on with searches along those lines. Suicidal ideation, drugs, trazodone, mixtures, things of that nature, right?
It does.
Page 17, if you have it, would be the Apple Note Council asked you about.
Yes.
Hello to Egypt.
Now, if I suggest to you, sir, that this is the Apple Note, I believe a previous witness may have read this to the jury, so they will have this in the room to read.
Thank
But
you for
basically,
calling.
this is the note that says, I was the healthiest, happiest mom. I worked out every morning, meditated, took care of myself, and basically my life has turned to crap, right?
Correct.
So what was modified in this? If you know, because counsel asked you if there were modifications and things of that nature, and I'm just asking if you know, what was modified in it?
Exactly at the moment, I don't have all of that in front of me. It's possible to see snippets going back over time. I do recall on the 22nd of December when this was created, it started with the same sentence.
Yeah.
And there was a few essentially spelling differences as time went on. But as much as you can recover from the earlier versions of the note, it's a snippet. It's essentially two sentences, and the rest of it is it's essentially the same note.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Going forward onto page 18, page 19, and 20, would you agree with me that, well, actually, in 21, they basically contain photographs that were sent from Lindsay's phone to, looks like...
He's talking about a Notes app on her iPhone. I use the Notes app. I edit my apps, my notes all the time. Hey, Miss Fontana, good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. This is from today. We're in day 14. I'm a little bit behind. I'm aware the prosecution has rested their case, but we're a little bit behind. We're pausing. We're discussing. People are asking for recaps. I'm kind of relying on the chat to do the recaps. But this is our first witness of the day. Basically, he's just going over the timeline. What I think is super significant is that the watch stopped recording at a heart rate of 57 beats per minute at 5:23 and 54 seconds p.m. on January 23rd. Right? It happened on the 23rd, right? Or the 24th. Sorry. And this guy works for Celebrite. The company, it is the 23rd. Why am I, it's the 524 that's fucking me up. I keep thinking about the email. Because the email was sent at 5:24 p.m. Hey, KK. Thank you, chat. I knew I was confusing it in my head. So this is the first witness of the day, one of the last witnesses of the prosecution to testify to the data collected from the watch and the iPhones.
Patrick's phone. Would you agree with that?
I believe the first few pages are sent to Mommy.
Okay. And this basically is the, there we go. This is the snowman in the backyard being made, right?
Correct.
And then Lindsay's phone is sending the blue.
Yes, the blue messages are outgoing.
A response?
Yes.
And can you tell me what the response is?
Don't forget to hydrate, chat.
The one on screen at the moment is the response sent
Thank you for all
from
the
Mommy
follows. I
to
appreciate y'all.
Lindsay's phone saying that's a big roll of snow. I was wondering if you got enough for the kids to play in, and it's a pretty nice day too.
We're going to rewind this. No, the watch stopped recording at 5:23 and 54 seconds p.m. That's significant to me. The iPhone recorded more data after that, but the watch stopped. I'm getting all kinds of confused because I'm going over a lot of numbers and my ADHD is unmedicated, y'all. feel like I need to slow down for a second. I'm distracted. There's 3,000 people in here. I'm sorry. Let me slow down for a minute. Thank you, Kara, and I saw you too, Leslie. Thank you. The crime happened on January 24th, 2023. This man's testimony so far has shown that the watch stopped recording data at 5:23 and 54 seconds p.m. January 24th, with a heart rate of 57 beats per minute. Supposedly after Lindsay got all 3 of her children in the basement. Thank you, Bunny. All my Bush bunnies, I'm so proud of y'all. Thank you for showing up. And strangled them to death. Supposedly, she had a heart rate of 57 beats per minute. Okay? Why is my phone not recognizing my face? Okay. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, everybody, for the gifts. I appreciate you. Candy, I see y'all. Thank you.
Would you agree with me that, well, actually, in 21, they basically contain photographs that were sent from Lindsay's phone to, looks like Patrick's phone. Would you agree with that?
Remember, the email was
I
sent
believe
at
the first few
5:24.
pages are sent to Mommy.
Okay. And this basically is the, there we go. This is the snowman in the backyard being made, right?
Correct.
And then
Oh, we got the snowman.
Lindsay's phone is sending the blue.
Yes, the
and
blue
gray
messages
would
are
be
outgoing.
what? A response?
Yes.
And can you tell me what the response is?
The one on screen at the moment is the response sent from Mommy to Lindsay's phone saying that's a big roll of snow. I was wondering if you got enough for the kids to play in, and it's a pretty nice day too. Gives them something to do on a day without school.
Okay. And then your report then goes on with additional photographs of the snowmen. There's a box of Cheerios apparently. And then there's a
So this is between Lindsay and her
of a
mom.
young boy appearing to be very
Hey, Sean, welcome
exuberant
back,
with his
babe.
arms up in the air. And then there's the Lindsay phone responds with a picture of the little girl with a mask on, right?
Correct. And this is a conversation with Patrick.
Patrick, okay. So are you able to tell what Patrick said, if anything, when he sent the picture of the little boy with his arms up in the air?
So at the very top of that message above the photograph, it says,
Great point, nurse. This witness is employed and contracted by the state of Massachusetts, whose goal is to prove that Lindsay Clancy murdered her 3 children and did it with sound mind. That's the prosecution's case. Kevin Reddington, the man questioning the witness right now, is Lindsay Clancy's attorney.
got himself dressed, and that would be the message that was sent alongside the photograph.
Okay. And then what was her response?
Initially, it was just the photograph.
Did she respond any further in your report or your research?
Sorry?
Did you see any response in your research of the phone?
I don't remember seeing any response.
All right. Can you look at page 22?
Yes.
Okay. And this would be on January 24th, 2023. And it looks, what time is that? 8:19 in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. So if I suggest to you, sir, you can even look in your report, this is in the same thread with the little girl making the snowman, and the text about, it looks like a nice day, hoping you got snow, things of that nature. And there was a reference by the mother or mommy to get the hot chocolate ready, things of that nature, right?
The message at 8:19 a.m. that says cutie was sent by Patrick in a different thread to the snowman photographs.
Okay, but I'm asking you about the one that's underneath the snowman and the mummy text, the last.
I feel like I'm currently harboring the unborn offspring of Edward Scissorhands in my uterus, so if I'm a little snippy today, bear with me. I'm cramping like a motherfucker.
Commentary is get the hot chocolate ready?
Oh, yes, that's the one from...
And that's from the mother, apparently, right?
Correct.
Or someone that is in the phone as mummy, right?
And that was at 11:33 a.m.
Now, if you look on page 22, we can get to what you were talking about. It looks like January 24th at 8:19 in the morning.
I do have a heating pad.
Cell phone number 781-375-8564. And what does that say?
Cutie.
And that, so just tell us, so is that Patrick's phone?
Yes, that would be the phone stored as Patrick sending a message to Lindsay's phone.
And how did Lindsay respond, or how did her phone respond?
It appears that Lindsay reacted to an image with the love emoji.
Like a little hat thing?
Yes.
And then what did Patrick say?
Patrick asked, how's it going?
What did she say?
Good.
And then did she say anything further?
Yeah, she also responded, okay, her urine looked good, so nothing going wrong with her kidneys, a few.
So that she indicates that her urine looked good, nothing going on with her kidneys, and then phew, like whew, you know, something like that, right?
That's how I read it.
H-E-W?
Yeah, yes.
And then he said good, right?
Yes.
And then as you go forward, there's more pictures of the kids with the snowman, making the snowman. Patrick then says to her at 11, looks like 11:29, am I reading that right, in the morning?
11:29.
What does he say to her?
You're a good mama.
And does she respond?
She responds with an emoji, which is the face covered in hearts.
The face with the hearts. And then they go back and forth with each other up until getting the menu and asking what you want for takeout and things of that nature, right?
Correct.
Page 25, just in case you were looking. All right. Can you look at page 28 for me? And page 29, I can hold them up. They basically are just a continuation of photographs, little thumbnails of the kids doing snowman and sitting in the doctor's office, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So did they build the snowman before the doctor's appointment?
One of the things that you did is that you actually performed a comprehensive search. Is that a full focus extraction? Is that what you call it?
Full file system extraction.
Okay. And you did that for the phone belonging to Lindsay Clancy, right?
Correct.
That would be what you refer to as your appendix?
The appendix 1 of the Lindsay Clancy phone is 1,300 and some web search visits.
Okay. So I'm going to hand you what says report number 1, iPhone belonging to Lindsay Clancy, and ask if you can recognize that.
Yes, this appears to be the just the web history from Lindsay's phone.
Okay, so that's pretty much if anybody cares to look at it, that's the entire web history, right?
Correct.
All right, I'd offer this, Your Honor.
Yeah, the snowman picture was sent after the
All right,
doctor's
that may
appointment.
be admitted.
And they did build it that same day, y'all. That was already testified.
Then, Mr. Whiffen, you also had report number 4, which would be the digital report for Patrick Clancy's.
I did.
Thank you for the gifts.
I'd offer that, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Any
Strawberry.
objection?
No objection.
All right, that may be admitted as well.
269.
All right, thank you.
And finally, report number 5 says Surface Pro laptop belonging to Patrick Clancy.
Yes.
So this would be your search of his laptop as well, correct?
Correct.
I'd offer this.
No objection.
All right, that may be admitted.
270.
approaching you with an item, sir. I'm just going to... Well, I'm just going to ask it. I'm not going to do that. No problem. This says extraction report, Apple iPhone.
He does not like her.
Recognize that?
Yes, I didn't create
This is still the prosecution's witness.
So that is a Celebrate report of the extraction of Lindsay's phone, correct?
Yeah,
You can look at whatever you want, yeah, of course.
Yes, this is a report generated by physical analyzer, a Celebrate tool of the device.
Okay. Now, if you look at the report, for example, just randomly on page, let's say, 9, bottom line, it says web history. I just grabbed that random. January 24th, 23, correct?
Yes.
And then you go to the right, and it says Lindsay's iPhone mobile library?
Yes.
Okay. And then it has the time that it was recorded, right?
Yes.
And what time would that be on that date, which is January 24th?
It would be 9:35 local time in the morning.
So if you jump ahead to January 25, 2023, let's say, is that 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. And that says, what is it measuring at 7 o'clock in the morning on January 25?
So this is for the hour of health data. So it's been aggregated and it shows that between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. There was 47 meters traveled.
Okay. And then it goes on and it talks about, again, 7 o'clock in some seconds, it talks about 134 distance traveled?
Yes.
Okay. And, for example, January 25 at 8 o'clock in the morning, it talks about distance traveled, steps counted, and distance would be 47 meters or feet?
Meters.
Okay. So is that information that is coming off of the cell phone, the Apple Watch, or what?
That's coming from the watch and the phone and being displayed as one amount of information.
It's coming from the watch, right?
The way that the data is presented there, it's coming from the watch or the phone.
Okay. And the data is coming from Celebrate, right?
Correct.
And Celebrate is God's gift to cell phone searches, right?
I like to think so.
You can ask me about my nails in a minute.
You're also a guy that created all of this stuff, pretty much, right?
I've created some other tools, yes.
Okay. If I tell you, sir, that January 25 at 8 o'clock in the morning, Lindsay Clancy was in a coma, laying in a bed with tubes coming out of her body and certainly not wearing her Apple Watch. How did that happen?
Based purely on the report there, I'd suggest the data came from the phone rather than the watch.
I just told you about the watch. Did you have
We're going back.
And Celebrate is God's gift to cell phone searches, right?
I like to think so.
I mean, you work with them, and you're also a guy that created all of this stuff for them, pretty much, right?
I've created some other tools, yes.
Okay. If I tell you, sir, that January 25 at 8 o'clock in the morning, Lindsay Clancy was in a coma, laying in a bed with tubes coming out of her body and certainly not wearing her Apple Watch. How did that happen?
Based purely on the report there, I'd suggest the data came from the phone rather than the watch.
I just told you about the watch. Did you have a look at this watch?
No, we can't actually pull data directly from the watch. We pull it from the phone.
How do you look at a watch?
We extract the data from the phone, which is synchronized to from the watch to the phone.
Okay, so I'm handing you, is that an Apple Watch?
Yeah, it appears to be, yes.
Okay. And if I suggest to you that this was found a number of days later in Lindsay's bedroom in a drawer that the police never seized, have you ever seen this before?
I've never seen this before, no.
How long have you been working on this case with the government?
I started looking at this case in November last year.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Judge.
right, we're going to go back a little bit further to talk about what the data recorded, okay? Wow. We're going to go through this again, y'all. This is important. This man is not credible. This man is no longer credible.
Approaching you with an item, sir, I'm just going to...
We're going back.
Well, I'm just going to ask it. I'm not going to do it. No problem. This says extraction report, Apple iPhone. You recognize that?
Can I get everybody to repost for me and say hi if you're lurking?
So that is a Celebrate report of the extraction of Lindsay's phone, correct?
Hi, baby.
Yeah, you can look at whatever you want, yeah, of course.
Yes, this is a report generated by Physical Analyzer, a Celebrate tool of the device.
Okay. Now, if you look at the report, for example, just randomly on page, let's say, 9, bottom line, it says web history. I just grabbed that random. January 24th, 23, correct?
Yes.
And then you go to the right, and it says Lindsay's iPhone mobile library?
Yes.
Okay. And then it has the time that it was recorded, right?
Yes.
And what time would that be on that date, which is January 24th?
It would be 9:35 local time.
Hi, Malta.
Morning.
So if you jump ahead to January 25, 2023, let's say, is that 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. And that says, what is it measuring at 7 o'clock in the morning on January 25?
So this is for the hour of health data. So it's been aggregated and it shows that between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. There was
Hi, Sweden.
47 meters traveled.
Okay. And then it goes on and it talks about, again, 7 o'clock and some...
47 meters traveled on January 25th, 2023. What's up, Allie?
seconds, it talks about...
Y'all follow me if you're not following me already.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
And,
Shanez.
for example, January 25 at 8 o'clock in the morning, it talks about distance traveled, steps counted, and distance would be 47
Yes.
meters or feet.
Meters.
Okay. So is that information that is coming off of the cell phone, the
Philippines.
Apple Watch, or what?
That's coming from the watch and the phone and being displayed as
So
one amount of information.
It's coming from the watch, right?
The way that the data is presented there, it's coming from the watch or the phone.
Okay. And the data's coming from Celebrate, right?
Correct.
And Celebrate is God's gift to cell phone searches, right?
I like to think so.
I mean, you work for them, and you're also a guy that created all of this stuff for them, pretty much, right?
I've created some other tools, yes.
Okay. If I tell you, sir, that January 25 at 8 o'clock in the morning, Lindsay Clancy was in a coma, laying in a bed with tubes coming out of her body and certainly not wearing her Apple Watch. How did that happen?
Based purely on the report there, I'd suggest the data came from the phone rather than the watch.
I just told you about the watch. Did you ever look at this watch?
No, we can't actually pull data directly from the watch. We pull it from the phone.
How do you look at a watch?
We extract the data from the phone, which is synchronized to from the watch to the phone.
Okay, so I'm handing you, is that an Apple Watch?
It appears to be, yes.
Okay. And if I suggest to you that this was found a number of days later in Lindsay's bedroom in a drawer that the police never seized, have you ever seen this before?
I've never seen this before, no.
How long have you been
I didn't see the
working on
judge's
this
face
team?
either.
Did you ever look at this watch?
No, we can't actually pull data directly from the watch. We pull it from the
How
phone.
do you look at a watch?
We extract
He's
the
got a
data from
furrowed
the
brow.
phone, which is synchronized to from the watch to the phone.
Okay, so I'm handing you, is that an Apple Watch?
Yeah, it appears to be, yes.
Okay. And if I suggest to you that this was found a number of days later in Lindsay's bedroom in a drawer that the police never seized, have you ever seen this before?
I've never seen this before, no.
And how long have you been working on this case with the government?
I started looking at this case in November last year.
Mind you, the police confiscated 2 cell phones from the bedroom the night of the crime. So they would have been able to cross-check the coordinates of those searches. This man has been on the case since November last year.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Judge.
All right, redirect.
Thank you. Sir, from the documents that defense counsel just showed you, the activity on January 25th, was it your testimony that it could have been from the watch or the phone?
It could have been either device.
But what he showed you, did that have enough data on it to tell you specifically whether it was from the watch or the phone?
No, I'd need to take a look at the database itself and see where that information came from.
And you were saying that you cannot pull data from the watch itself, is that correct?
Correct. We don't extract the memory from the watch itself. We extract data from the phone, which is synchronized to the watch. So we ultimately get the watch data from the phone.
And why is it that you don't pull it from the watch itself?
Apple's proprietary connections, the encryption that they use on the device complicates extraction. And essentially, considering we get everything from the watch via the phone, it's just additional work required to pull data from the watch, which would just be a duplicate of what we already have.
And
I'm not playing it live. No, y'all, we're not live. This is from today, but we're talking about it. Y'all are getting my reaction in real time. We're going over things together. We're processing. We're taking breaks. This is not live. Nope, sure not. But there are 4,500 people in here, 4,500 people. So y'all need to follow me. If you want to watch this live, go do that. We are doing this my way because it's my home. You're in my house. And Reddington just, yet again, gave the jury reasonable doubt regarding the evidence presented in this case, in this courtroom. Those of you that are going back and forth, thank you. I'm glad that you are here for the time that you are. And if you don't want to follow me, at least repost the live so it doesn't get taken down.
you said that the watch syncs itself to the phone, relaying all data that it's collecting to the phone, correct?
Correct.
And Lindsay's watch was synced to Lindsay's phone, correct?
It was.
And if you were able to look at the data from the dates defense counsel mentioned from the extraction itself, you would be able to tell whether the January 25th data was coming from the watch or the phone, correct?
I would, yes.
But you can't from what he showed you, correct?
From the printout, no. I'd need the actual data.
And if on January 25th the police have the watch, the phone, and they're bringing it to an evidence room, and then they're bringing it to storage room, is that going to show steps and distance traveled?
Yeah, while the device is turned on, or while the phone is turned on, it will consistently record steps walked regardless of who's carrying it. It will consistently record flights climbed regardless of who's carrying it.
And so if the watch is turned off in a drawer somewhere, the phone would be what's relaying, or not relaying, but the phone would be what's recording the distance traveled and the steps taken, not the watch, correct?
That's the presumption.
Now, I don't know anything about police investigations when they seize cell phones, but do they leave them on? This is the prosecution. This is her witness. Apparently, she's trying to convince the jury that Lindsay Clancy's guilty. And yes, this man is British.
Yeah, if the watch is turned off, it's not doing anything. Any data would be from the phone.
And earlier, defense counsel just put in some exhibits of your indexes for the data that you looked at for the phone and the computers, correct?
Correct.
And
They do leave it on for the extraction? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That was a legit question. I don't know. Surely we'll be able to find out if they left it on or not, right?
those indexes, do they contain everything that was on the phone and everything that was on each computer?
Y'all, we hit 40,000 followers. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is wild.
That could be pulled from the phone or the computer?
No, they were focused reports or focused searches. So for my reports, they were focused to essentially the internet history on those devices. The large Cellbrite report, again, I don't know who created that. I don't know what.
That's what I was saying, Shaby. He already testified moments earlier when she was I'll check Fontana. When she was interviewing him or questioning him, he talked about the latitude and longitude, and Red brought it back up. And that makes sense now why he asked about the latitude and longitude. He didn't understand what those coordinates were, where they were, which he had to tell them was the doctor's office. Now it's all making sense to me. I'm not watching live, y'all. I haven't. Why would I skip if I haven't seen any of this?
Options were selected by that user, but there will be data on the device which is not covered in that report. By virtue of that's how decoding works.
And on the defense counsel asked you about the flights climbed and how the last reading was at 5:38 p.m., correct?
Correct.
The last incoming phone call that you registered on your charts was the 6:09 p.m. phone call from Patrick to Lindsay that she did not answer, correct?
Correct.
From 5:38 p.m. to 6:09 p.m., were there any other flights climbed showing from either the watch or the phone?
Don't believe there was, no.
And Your Honor, we'd move to submit the full extraction as the next exhibit. It's being copied now, so we just put a disc envelope in its place.
There are no objection.
All right, that may be admitted.
If I may, Your Honor.
This is
So
today's
you make
testimony.
reference to 5:38 for her question that there's no flights climbed, recorded, or anything up until 6 o'clock, right? You just answered that question?
Correct.
That's because the phone was either dead, off, we already went through that. She could have been walking all over the house, the yard, anywhere, right?
Yeah, the phone did not detect anything. I don't know why the phone didn't detect anything, whether it was...
So your answer is you don't know what, I don't mean to be rude, your answer is you don't know why, right?
Exactly. I don't know why it wouldn't
Okay.
record.
And you did not report at all on the steps and distances, did you?
I didn't know.
Okay, thank you.
Anything on that, Como?
No.
All right, thank you, sir. You may sit down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commonwealth rests.
All right.
They just rested. Commonwealth just rested.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Fuck your bow, bitch. Fuck your fucking bow. Nobody wants to look at that.
Some exhibits. I'm sick. I believe they're by agreement,
Yeah, they were by agreement.
All right.
and then we would rest.
All right.
We have the 2 Sperry Hospital records, 2 discs.
272A, B.
All right, Red.
Mass General Institute Health Professions transcript.
It means the prosecution rests their case until closing arguments. They're done calling witnesses.
For the PI transcript.
Who was that?
For the PI transcript.
74.
After 3 weeks, 72 witnesses, if I'm not mistaken.
And then employment records from Mass General Hospital.
Roughly 70, somewhere around there.
75.
The prosecution is in a bow. One of the ADAs.
We rest.
All right, and with that, the Commonwealth rests? All right, so, members of the jury, as you heard from Attorney Sprague, the Commonwealth has rested. All right, so at this point, I've got to address some matters with the attorneys. So I'm going to, it's another one of those stops. We're going to take a stop at this point. Have you go back to the jury room. We'll address a few things with the attorneys, and then we'll bring you right back in. Okay?
All rise, please, Your Excellency.
She seems kind of out of it. Hey, Amber. I'm not watching live. No, they are back from break if you want to go watch it live.
Before we do the motion for required finding, is this a good time to take the morning break?
Do you want to take a short break?
Looking something up, that's all. I apologize.
Right. So the court will be in a short recess, and we'll come back without the jury. We'll address the motion, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, thank you.
Court, all rise.
I don't want to see your fucking bow, bitch. Okay, well, I need to pee. I'm going to open up the panel. We'll do a panel for like 30 minutes max. 30 minutes max. Let's see. Where's this? Oh, I gotta pee. All right. Yeah, I'll open up the panel. We'll talk until 9:50. It's 9:18 right now. At 9:50, we're going to get back to the trial. You just have to be over the age of 21, and you can't be a man. I'm not allowing men to comment on this in my presence. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Welcome. Hello. Can y'all, I trust y'all to be respectful and handle this and talk amongst yourself. I have to go pee.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of men defending her too.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're defending her, I'm not interested in hearing from a man on this. Absolutely not.
You can go for if you like.
We have clinic on Friday, don't we? In January? In January? So every other Friday, one of them's here.
But so there is clinic then on
Yes.
Fridays. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just finish this week chart and then go.
You do whatever you want to do.
So I can have that week. You only do a week ahead, right?
Yeah.
And then I can focus on something else. Sound like a plan?
Sound like a plan.
Let me see what this.
I think we have somebody in her office. Just start off again.
Part of me wants to skip ahead to like day 10, but then I'm scared of everything. Oh, she's not even in here.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What? What did you say?
Part of me wants to skip to like day 10, but then I'm like, no, there's so much I'll miss if I skip.
I mean, I bounced around it, but it's up to you. It's how you like to watch things. You know, if you're one of those people that like, I'm like that with shows. Like, I'm not.
I can't
don't do
skip.
it.
I can't skip.
But there's just so. I mean, I would be sitting there for 10 days trying to watch all that shit.
Oh no, I'll binge watch this week. I don't figure.
Okay. Go on below. You want to go give opinions on today? I wish I could bring people up. Sorry, guys. I'm not a mod. Can you hear me now?
Okay, whoever was just talking,
I know I have bad reception.
choppy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Better? Okay, perfect. I don't know who that person was above me, but I guess they're in the middle of a work day. I feel you. Does anybody, the person below me, Da, do you want to go ahead and give your opinions on today?
Hi, it's Dark Side. My opinions on today is that Reddington, I hope his pillow always has a cold spot.
I can't hear you, darling.
You can't hear me.
I can.
Is that better?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Are you on?
I can hear her.
Maybe I need to.
It might be you.
You guys
Sorry,
can? Okay, maybe I need to drop down. Hold on one second. I'm
soft-spoken.
going to drop down and come back up.
Yeah, you can come back. Go ahead, Dark Side. I can hear you.
I just wanted to say that Reddington did amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope there is always a cold spot on his pillow for him. I wanted to comment or maybe start a conversation about the resting heart rate of 56.
57. It was 57.
Oh, sorry, 57.
That's okay.
So that for a runner or someone who has really great heart health, that would be a common resting heart rate or potentially sleeping heart rate. But active? No. That's impossible.
Because moments later, she's supposedly in the middle of strangling one of her children while she calls her husband back.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
No. That's actually physically impossible.
Like, that's the bombshell from this part of the this man's testimony, right?
Unless she has any kind of heart issues, which my husband has a resting heart rate of 55. So he's an athlete. He was a college.
Finally rest. They're done.
Kimberly, you're not. I'm going to mute you, Kimberly. We'll get to you in a minute.
Sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead, Dark Side.
So out of respect, I wanted to mute. So with the resting heart rate, the only question I have would be, there's a theory out there with the medication that she was being given. The medication she was being given, could the medication lower her heart rate to that low, to 57, while she's doing all of this?
Without sedating her.
I don't believe without sedating her. That's what I'm saying.
Because mind you, her body was found with 1,800 milliliters of Seroquel, or whatever the measurement is.
Yes. So with the Seroquel titration in her blood system, would that be enough to, I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? Would that be enough to keep her heart rate low while she's doing these things? I don't believe so, but I would love to hear everyone else's thoughts.
Same. I'm not a doctor, so I would need to understand how the combination of those meds without sedating her would allow for her temperature to drop, plus for her to be able to execute that, and for her temperature to drop to the point that it was by the time he claims that he found her.
Okay, I have my old pharmacy technician notes. I can look up real quick under Seroquel if you like. It would tell me everything.
Like at the speed at which the heart rate would drop.
Like, no, because Seroquel is known to actually, one of the side effects of Seroquel will raise the heartbeat. It will not lower the heartbeat. If you have a reaction to it, Yeah,
That's the
having
answer
the
I was
reaction
looking
to
for.
it. It will raise the heartbeat, and actually, while raising the heartbeat, it can drop your blood pressure, and it can also it makes it really impossible for your body. Not impossible. I'm not going to say impossible, but it's very hard to drop the body temperature because it raises your body temperature.
That's correct.
Yeah, what she's
So-
saying is
Seroquel as a side effect will raise your body temperature. It does not drop it. But because she did have a spinal injury at that moment, but I think she took the Seroquel was into her system prior to her out the window. It will, even though she had a spinal injury, it does not affect the temperature that quickly. So the timing of the injury and timing of the body temp being taken at the hospital does not coincide with one another.
So 2 things about that. The spinal injury, according to the prosecution, happened when she jumped out the window. So it wouldn't have happened when she had the watch on her with a heart rate of 57 beats per minute. Plus, with regards to the heart rate, or the temperature, it's something that I hadn't clarified in previous labs. I just want to take a moment to do that now. Her was taken at the Women's Hospital, not at South Shore. She went to South Shore first, and then she was taken to the ER, and then she was taken to the trauma med-surg bay, ICU, at the Brigham and Women's Hospital, and that's where her temperature was recorded.
So my question...
If I could, for just a sec, I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
There's a lady who did a comparison. There's a video. I'll go and find it for you. The comparison that the lady did was of a man found a couple of miles from there months earlier. It was colder. He was outside longer, and his body temperature did not drop as low as hers. The comparison is because what they're saying is, even if you're saying that this is true, she went indoors because she went to the hospital. So none of these things, it's not consistent. None of it makes sense. Not to mention all the activity and the frenzy and the injury. Injury also causes the body temperature to increase because the body's trying to repair itself. So all of this is inconsistent with the lowering of the body temperature.
Did they say that she took the Ativan along with it? Did they say that she was on the Ativan that night? Was that one of the list of medications? Because if that is the case, prove me if I'm wrong, that's a sedative, is it not? So that being a sedative along with the Seroquel will then, like the increase of Seroquel, will try to deregulate the body temp.
This is
but
what
it's
was
really
found in
hard.
her system.
Okay, trazodone. Trazodone.
Remron, trazodone, and 2 types of Valium.
And Valium, absolutely, that's a sedative. That makes you go to a trazodone makes you go to sleep. I believe trazodone is a sleeping aid.
Yes, but it doesn't affect body temperature there.
But a sedative along with Seroquel in colder temps can cause hypothermia.
Right.
Okay,
that's a known fact.
But mind you, we're talking. So I want to. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but the spinal cord injury isn't even in play based on where we're at with this testimony. With this witness specifically, We hadn't even gotten to her jumping out of the window. We're talking about the watch being taken off. Then I'm going to go over the timeline again. The watch stopped recording on January 24th, 2023 at 5:23 and 54 seconds p.m. with a heart rate of 57 beats per minute. It stopped recording at that point, likely meaning that it was then removed, allegedly. So the spinal cord injury isn't even at play at this part of the timeline.
May I speak?
Yes, please.
So my question was about the watch, right? Catching the heart rate at 57. So with the titration of Seroquel and combination of meds that was in her system, would that lower her heart rate? I don't believe so. I believe it would raise her heart rate.
No.
And so it would potentially keep her heart rate at 57.
So she has.
That's why I'm asking.
So she has lorazepam. Okay, so you have lorazepam. Can you bring those medications up real quick? Thank you so much, host. Yeah, so you have trazodone, all right? That's a sleeping aid. You have, I saw lorazepam on there. No, I guess I didn't see lorazepam, but I see, but Okay. Well, okay. So it's Seroquel plus Trazodone plus diazepam. Those three together, when you take them and you're out in colder temperatures, will lower your blood pressure, which lowers your heart rate. So that can explain the lower heart rate. And if she was to be ingested those ahead of time, which I think as a nurse, she will always take it at the same time. I didn't know if one of her journal entries, she wrote down the timing and when she took it every day at the same time, but she did write how she felt that night. Was it day 1 or day 2 when Patrick was on there and he was identifying her?
That up.
Yeah, but she wrote down every single time when she took it, at what time, and how she felt that night and how she felt the next day. So she always was keeping track of whether she was increasing or decreasing. So my biggest thing with those three together, especially Seroquel being ingested higher, raises your chances of hyperthermia when you're outside. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Like you can't be outside for too long, especially when you're taking those three. One, it will cause dizziness. It can cause fainting. It 1000% can impair you.
Let's hear what Jordan has to say.
We haven't gotten to outside yet.
Yeah, well, let's hear what Jordan has to say. But I also want to know, we don't have a timeline on when the medication was ingested either, right?
Right. Exactly.
So that's a variable.
Yes, because how it is metabolized matters. If I could, I'm on my lunch break. Let me just
go ahead, Jordan. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think that we're out of line. How it is metabolized and when it is metabolized matters, and I feel like she's moving ahead in the timeline. So let me just back up and say this part, so that there's no misunderstanding. If nothing else, I want us to please understand that we are witnessing history. The fact that Reddington is chasing this case in the way that he's chasing it, he's pointing out how the medical system failed her on multiple levels, how the professionals failed her, how the women and children's hospital failed her, how her husband was contributory, how he was not held accountable, how nobody ever questioned him. You have 4 people who are harmed to the unalivement nearly in a home. Everybody is wounded and blood except the man. His clothes are untouched. His disposition is unmoved, and nobody questions the one person who is totally together. That alone says something that is not correct. There was a rush to indict this woman, and I feel like Reddington is a treasure, a national treasure. I hope that he is protected beyond all belief, because when this case is over, it will be the benchmark for how women are treated. They will have to improve all of these sets of medical tests. They will have to improve the outreach. They will have to improve the testing, because in all of the visits that he had, why was a wellness question not even answered? Why was it never asked of her, or do you feel safe at home? Because when I go to the gynecologist just to get my regular annual exam, they ask me, are you safe at home? Do you feel comfortable? But nobody asked Lindsay.
So with that, we actually did ask that question, and Joy's actually on the panel. Joy, if you wanted to chime in on that part about why some of those questions weren't allowed to be permitted into testimonies.
Yeah, so there's actually a motion in limine, and I emailed the clerks. I'm trying to get a copy of it so that I can read it, but they haven't responded quite yet. But basically there's a motion in limine, and a motion in limine means, well, it could be used both ways, but in this instance it's using in the method of stopping information from occurring at trial. And basically what it says is that any questions or any statements that she made to them that wasn't written down can't be elicited via testimony. So Reddington was basically precluded before the trial even started from asking questions. So let's just say hypothetically what you're stating, right? That in Massachusetts, and again, I don't know if this is a fact, I'm just going with hypothetical, but let's just say that isn't on like your traditional questionnaire in Massachusetts, but it is a question that is asked, because I agree with you that it is a question that's usually asked. But it's not written down. Reddington can't ask about it. That's what that
makes so thank you for that information. I wasn't aware, but normally it should be in the H&P. That's supposed to be standard. But again, I just want all of us to know